So I hired this service. I hired this service to come take away my junk and donation boxes, which were like, basically what I've done is my living room now is nothing. There's only a couch, a treadmill, a shelf that's empty now, and a television. So I hired this service where they called them Hunks. And so they I scheduled it with them to come out and pick up like 7 boxes of like textbooks, books, clothes, miscellaneous shit, and then garbage bags of clothes and pillows and yeah, the college hunks. What is it? Clothes and pillows and blankets and all kinds of stuff. And then I had this like big laundry basket thing. So I was like, I don't want to do all of this by myself with Forrest, so I'll just hire these people to come out and do it. What the fuck textbooks? You said I would get them if you'd die.
Butcher.
What do you mean if you'd die? Not if you died, Fav. What's your phrasing? Are you saying if you would just die, I would have gotten those books first? I think that's how you're phrasing it. So, Shells, thank you so much for the 3 months. So I called these people, I set up, well, I didn't call them, I did it online, and then I set it up because I wanted to donate to CASA, which is for like victims of domestic abuse and stuff. And then I wanted to donate to this like queer organization that used to have this thrift store. Neither of them wanted to accept the donations that I had, which I'm like, CASA was only taking furniture, and then the other place I guess had closed down actually. If I die. It's possible. Who knows at this point? So I called these people who will take things and donate them for you, and I was hoping that they won't go to the Salvation Army, but I think it's more likely that they'll go to Goodwill or something like that instead. So these guys came out to my house, and it was a very tall one who had some gold teeth and a neck tattoo that I'm pretty sure was a woman's name. And then a smaller man who was like pseudo dad bod, sort of dad bod, but not really. And he had like, I didn't register their faces at all besides like distinct features that they had, because I just was like, these people are just here to take my boxes. So I don't remember exactly what they look like, but those are features that they had. And then, so the one was shorter, he was like dirty blonde, whatever, and they had on their little uniforms, and the taller one had on like that thing that people wear so that they can lift heavy things. I'm watching the stream right now. Oh my god. I hope not. I did not mention streaming at all because they were very keen speaking to me, and I was like, we're not entertaining this. So I answered the door, and first the tall one sees me, and he goes, his smile just breaks his face as soon as he sees me. And he's like, wow, I love this Harley Quinn look you've got. And I was like, one of the characters that I dislike the most. And I was like thinking in my head, I'm pretty sure he means the Joker because my hair is green. Svashy, thanks for 3 years. Boba's Joker act is about to start this year. I was considering doing a silly Joker arc, or silly Joker cosplay just because my hair is green. So he's like, wow, I love this Harley Quinn look you've got going on. And I was like, oh no. Please. And then the other one was just like, I'm gonna have some paperwork for you and stuff. And they're like, what all are we taking? So I showed them. And then the tall one was just like, every time he was in my house, and here's what I did. So if anyone's in my house to perform a service like plumbing or like moving boxes or pesticide, I don't know what to do, so I either just pick up things in my kitchen and put them down and make noise, or like turn the sink on and like kind of wash stuff. Or I sit in my room at my computer, because I mean, like, I want them to know that I'm here and where I am in the house, so that they don't like just yell and they're like, where are you? So this is what I do. Lee, thank you so much for the 7 months. Hello, Raz. So yes, I was doing the thing in the kitchen where I was picking up things and putting them down and then turning the sink on and off. Why the frick? And so then I would like hold the door open for them, because one of the doors, the door to the outside, immediately locks behind it, and it's super heavy, so it automatically closes too. And so I was like holding the door open for him and stuff. And he just like, I was like stood there, and I just smile a lot. And like more recently, I've been thinking like, I smile so much in anyone's presence. And I think I do it because I just feel like that's the normal thing to do. And I don't know if that's like some masking shit or something. I don't know. Because I'm like, I just smile. That's what I do, right? You're supposed to smile when there's people around you. And so I smile. And so, like, I was talking to them, and I was just like, haha, yeah, here's all my stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And the tall one was like, it's like, wow, I just really love your energy. He's like, you're just so happy and so smiley, and, like, you just are, you seem really nice and just, like, great. And I was like, okay. Luckily I didn't feel unsafe around them, because of course it's 2 dudes in my house with just me. But I didn't feel unsafe or anything, so I was just like, oh, thanks so much. And in that moment I was also thinking, you should have told him you were lesbian. I have a painting in my living room that I think was hidden behind something else, a mirror, that is lesbians. Did they feel unsafe? They might have. That girl's in the kitchen again, turning the sink on and off, and picking up a spoon and putting it down on the counter over and over again. I'm afraid. Me. Shh. Shh. I don't want to be perceived as a bitch. I think I just don't want to be perceived. Saw you from across your apartment and love your vibe. I know. Oh my god. I was in... I think the other thing was... is right now I'm living my thick life, alright? And I had on leggings that are very form-fitting. The butt, it's huge. The thighs, they thick. And then I had on a crop top. And so I was like, okay, this is not helping my situation. I suddenly felt very naked. So he said that to me, and then they took my stuff out, and at one point he's like, oh my god, this box is so heavy. Like, he went to lift it up, and I know he was thinking he looked cool just picking that box up, and he goes, oh my god, this box is so heavy. That box had like 20 textbooks in it. Of course it did. I wasn't picking it up. Why should I care how much it weighs? He was not lifting with his back either. Or he was not lifting with his legs, he kept lifting with his back. So yeah, I'm like waiting for him to just fucking pop in 2 pieces. Fav's textbooks are gone. And so he struggled to carry that one out, and he's like, as soon as he passed the other guy who's coming in, he's like, oh my god, this box is so heavy. Listen, Fav, I'll get some new ones for you. And then so at the end, both of them were in my house, and they were like, I was signing the paperwork, they're like, oh, you just have to sign these. The tall one that loves me is in the doorway, and I'm facing the other one So my entire ass is to the guy in the doorway. And it's not gonna make it any better if I turn to the side, because it's even more powerful when I turn to the side. So I was like, fine, whatever. The entire wagon, the entire dumper. And so I'm like signing the paperwork, and they're charging my card because it costs like $100. And they're like, we're just gonna charge you the minimum because you didn't have a lot of stuff. Are you sure that's why? I don't know. He couldn't enter, it was blocking the door. No. He was stood in my door, like, posted up, because he was so fucking tall. His head was, like, hitting my fan. And then... Bless them. Bjorn.
Bayani chance dit Dottleman look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Smallman like Danny DeVito? Mr. Freeze. Penguin and the Joker colluding, he cannot believe it.
No, not Danny DeVito. Thank you for the bits, Bjorn. So, I'm signing the paperwork. And then they get talking about the tattoos. I've like signed the paperwork, I've paid. And the one that's in the room with me has a forearm tattoo that's like a Jesus cross with an animal on it. And it's done in like black and gray. And they start talking about, he's like, I'm gonna get this one finished soon and blah 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 blah. And then the other guy in the doorway was talking about it. The animal was a badger. No, it wasn't. And then so I had a crop hoodie on, so all of my tattoos were covered up, but you could kind of see my neck. So it was like, oh, I like your neck tattoo, and I was like, oh, and then I showed him my arm, and then they both came over and they were just looking at my arm and oohing and awing, which, yeah, my arm looks really fucking cool. And then showed them my other arm. And then they're talking about how bad tattoos hurt and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I have a bunch of them. And then he's like, I don't think he meant it in the way that pisses me off. But he goes, oh, he's like, how far down does your neck one go? Is it like all the way? And I was like, it goes down to, yeah, my chest. Because there was another time when I was at a restaurant and an old man was talking to me and he goes, how far down does your neck tattoo go? And I was like, so yeah. So, but I don't think this guy was saying it in that way. I think he was just curious. And then they left. They took all my stuff with them. And it was fine. It was alright. But the funny part was, so when the tall one came in for the first time and was talking to me, and I was talking to him, he's like, where are you from? I was literally born at a hospital that's like 20 blocks away from where my house is right now.
You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later.
Cartmad, thanks for the 26 months. So I'm like, I was born here. I'm like, I know I sound really weird. And he's like, yeah, you sound like, are you Canadian? And I was like, no, I'm not Canadian. And then, he went out, and then when the other one came back in that I had talked to on the phone, he was like, where are you from? And I was like, I'm from here. And he goes, oh, when I was talking to you on the phone, I was trying to figure it out. And I'm like, I know, I just sound really weird. I sound weird, okay? I realize. I'm an accent sponge. I don't know what I sound like now. Because I obviously sound very weird. And I don't know what it is that what I'm saying that's weird. Because I feel like I speak how I speak. And I feel like I have an American accent. But maybe it's just like an idiot. Yes. Canadian. I feel like I just sound American and I don't know what it is. But I do have like a weird cadence and I do like stress certain like I say certain instead of like certain. Like a T instead of a D. A German accent. I'm not gonna do it. Maybe up north or something, but I think they just wanted my really cool German accent, Pim. So I don't know. But every Uber I get into as well, if I say anything, they're like, where are you from? I'm like, do you want to take, like, do you want to go straight and then take a right for, like, 20 bucks? Because that's, I mean, that's where I was born, literally there.